Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been showing that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. We'll match you with the perfect buddy. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
We're offering you a free membership, so please sign up today. Share this with your friends and family, and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a chemo buddy for life.
We are a buddies network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are chemo buddies for life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for Life.
Healing through connections.
Good morning, good morning, good Monday morning to you and you and you and you, everyone out there. This is Monday. It's Monday morning. We get a fresh start. We get to start all over again. No regrets, just opportunities ahead of us. So fantastic. Good morning. Make sure you pull up a seat, grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, whatever your beverage of choice is, and let's sit down and have some fun today. All right. I am Marty Jalove, part of the amazing Diamond Factor experience. I'm coming at you every Monday morning like this, hopefully with a lot of high energy, and reminding you, if you are not having fun, you are selling too hard. And what do I mean by selling? I mean, I don't care if you're selling a product or a service, you're pitching something like that. I don't care if you're going out and asking that special someone for a dance, or you are trying to convince that sidewalk hustler that $5 is too much for a glass of lemonade. No matter what you're doing in life, you are always selling. And if you're not having fun, like I always say, you're selling too hard. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about a school dance. Go way back into our lives when we were younger, probably 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and we were invited to that first school dance, that first time. That I don't exactly know what goes on in the hearts of a young lady, but in the hearts of a young man, my heart was beating out of my chest. because I had a very special lady that I wanted to ask to dance. Her name was Mary Ellen, and I adored her from afar. Now I'm going to repeat this story, and I'll tell you, it's a heartbreaking story, and it's difficult for me to share, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. So it was many, many years ago, and we were getting ready for that first dance, that first school dance, and my opportunity to be as cool as I could possibly be. So we went, and I got dressed up as nice as I could, probably wore my older brother's shirt. It was the only one that had a collar. And my dad came over to me and he said, "Today you're a man. So today you get something very, very special." It was like that feather that Timothy gave Dumbo that suddenly he could fly. It was something that I had treasured from afar. I got to wear the family tie. Yes, the family tie. Now this is a tie that has been passed on through generations in the Jalove family, and it always had a knot already tied in it because for some reason nobody in our family could learn how to tie a knot. So all we could do is loosen the knot, take it off, put it back on, pass it on and on. All right, so I was told that I could treasure this tie and wear it to this very special dance, but I could never untie it. And I was proud to wear that tie. And I walked into that dance floor. It was the gymnasium. And we sat there and I hung for the first hour because I was cool, or at least I thought I was, hanging out on the back wall, just leaning up against the wall, waiting for the right opportunity. Now I could see her from across the gymnasium, and some of the kids were dancing and stuff, but not a whole lot. There she was with her friends, and they were chatting and laughing and stuff, and I kept trying to build up the nerve. And what ends up happening is all your friends around you are pushing you. "Oh, go for it, Marty. You could do this. You could do this." And I didn't know. So finally, I'm mustering up the courage. But I also knew something. As much as I cared for Mary Ellen, I knew that her heart was for Billy Johnson. He was my arch rival. He was that kid. He was Mr. Cool. He was the tough kid in school. Just everything about him, it just emitted just machismo. He was the tough kid in school. Most of us were afraid of him, but the girls all adored him. And here we were at the school dance. I was about to pour my heart out. I was about to sell myself to Mary Ellen. But my biggest competition was Billy Johnson. I will never forget Billy. In fact, Billy Johnson kind of stood there. He was a tough kid. Look at how scary this kid is. He used to stand there. He came to the school dance without a tie even. That's how cool he was. Now, I mustered up everything I had. My friends behind me eagerly pushing me on as I walked away, and they're giggling and laughing. I spit on my hands. I pushed my hair back. I was all set, adjusted the family tie, and I walked that dreaded walk that seems to last for hours towards my customer, towards Mary Ellen, saying, "This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk up to her. I'm going to be really cool. I'm going to lay this out just perfectly. She can't possibly say no. I'm going to walk across the floor." Took that deep breath. I could feel my palms sweating. And as I approached the girl of my dreams, I walked up to her, looked her straight in the eye. The whole room feels like it went silent. Every eye was on me. And as she looked at me, I said, "You don't want to dance with me, no?" And I turned and kind of walked away. As I looked across the floor, I saw my friends laughing at me. Did I blow my only chance? Did I ruin my chances of dancing? So I took another deep breath as I could hear the girls behind me laughing, and I could see forward at the boys laughing at me. And I turned around and I said, "I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Would you like to dance with me?" And she was staring at me. She didn't answer. She didn't say no. I mean, she didn't say yes, but she didn't say no. So I persisted. And I said, "So Mary Ellen, you can, yeah, I'm a nice guy." And I was a nice guy. I mean, I wasn't no Billy Johnson. I was just a nice guy. Everyone trusted me. Everyone knew who I was. So I knew I didn't have to convince her of that. And I was like, "Come on, Mary Ellen, this would be a wonderful thing for us to do. And besides, it's the first hour of the dance is already over. We only have an hour left." And she continued to stare. She continued to look at me. And I kept thinking, okay, she's not saying no, so I'm going to keep going with it. What else? What would be the reasons like she would not want to dance with me? So I said, well, Mary Ellen, I know that you took dance lessons because your mom told my mom, who told me that you took dance lessons. And then my mom just taught me a couple steps. So I want to dance with you. So I know you really want to do this. It's worth it to you because you spent money. Your mom spent money on these lessons. And she continued to stare. And I said, Mary Ellen, I know you want to dance. I know you really do because you took these lessons. And here we are at the dance. If you didn't want to dance, you wouldn't have come here. And she kept staring. And I kept thinking, maybe I'm doing it. Maybe I'm actually convincing her. And it's at that moment I realized she wasn't looking at me. She was looking right past me. She was looking at, yeah, that's right. She was looking at Billy Johnson. So I knew I had conquered the trust, the idea of time. We had to rush. We had to get this done. I knew that I showed her some worth in it and that she wanted to do this. But the objection she really needed to conquer, the objection I needed to conquer was need. So I looked at her and I said this, Mary Ellen, you need to dance with me because that's how you're going to make Billy Johnson jealous. And I'll tell you what, if we dance together, we'll dance a little closer to him and I'll even let him cut in. Well, we did dance. So I did close the sale. It's not exactly the way I wanted it to go, but I closed the sale. We danced and Billy Johnson came close. And I don't want to say anything terrible about Billy any more than I've already done, but it turned out we ended up fighting a little bit and it got a little rough. It ended up Mary Ellen doesn't talk to me anymore. Mary Ellen doesn't talk to Billy. And during the fight, the tie untied. So let's just say it ended in a disaster. But what I really learned was some of the arts of selling, some of the things that we all need to know. Whenever you're selling anything, whether it's, like I said, pitching a product or a service, or you're asking that young lady to dance, there are 5 objections you've always got to look at. 5 objections you've got to think about, and you've got to be able to answer all those objections one by one. And you have to understand them from your point of view, as well as you have to understand them from your customer's point of view. And the 5 objections are these. There's no desire for your product or service. There's no need for your product or service. There's no trust between you two. There's no value. I don't see a value in what you're offering. And there's no hurry. Every objection that anyone ever offers you, any objection, any wall or barrier they put up between you, falls into one of these 5 categories. And during that sales cycle, as you're building up and you're building rapport and you're solidifying that relationship between you and your customer, between me and Mary Ellen, what I want to do is I want to make sure I'm covering all 5 of these objections as casually as possible and as intricate as possible, so that by the time I test close, by the time I close the sale, there are no objections. And if there are objections that show up later, it's much easier to solve them because we've already laid the groundwork for anything that can come up later. Now, with every time you attack an objection, I want you to think of this. I want you to come at it in 2 different ways. Come at it generally speaking, and then very specific. Okay, so think about that. Very general. In other words, let's say I'm selling a glass of lemonade. Is the objection that you don't like anyone's lemonade? Okay, lemonade in general is wonderful. Now let me be specific on what makes my lemonade really special. So that's what we want. Every time we handle an objection, handle it in 2 ways. Number 1, very general, okay, and then specific. And one of the reasons you want to do that is because if you lose an objection, if you can't overcome an objection, it's better to lose it generally speaking, as opposed to specific. You never want them to come right out and say, I don't want you, okay? So for Mary Ellen, I was pitching her on the idea of dancing in general. You came here to dance, right? Once she agreed to that, then it was easier for me to narrow it down to say, now dance with me. So let's break these 5 down really quickly. There's a big difference between desire and need. So desire or want, would I want something or if I need something. A lot of us tie the two things together and they think, they're pretty much the same thing, but they're not. And it's very important for a skilled salesperson to understand the difference between the two. For instance, again, let's go back to the lemonade. I'm thirsty. I need something to drink. We all know we need something to drink every day. We can't go the rest of our lives without having some type of liquid. We need some water, lemonade, coffee, tea, whatever. We need that. But what I desire, what I want, is that ice, cold, sweet, sour lemonade that just quenches my thirst, attacks my taste buds. That's what I want. Now, a little side secret, something that not everyone realizes, is people buy what they desire or what they want, and they justify it with what they need. Think about that. They buy what they want, but they justify it with what they need. In other words, I need a vehicle. I need a car in order to go get groceries. I need a car in order to drop the kids off at school. I need a car to get to work. But what I want is that flashy red sports car or that big SUV. That's what I want, but I don't need that. But I justify it because when I drive up with this Hummer, this overpriced Hummer, and I pull up in the driveway and it's taking up all the parking spaces in my house, I justify it by saying, but I needed a vehicle. I needed this to go pick up groceries. So as a good salesperson, what you need to do is create an atmosphere where the customer needs your product. Remember, needs your product generally and needs you specifically, and wants your product generally and specifically. All right. So when we're selling that lemonade, we're always pitching. Who doesn't love lemonade? Oh my gosh, there's lemonade all over. You can get lemonade powder at the store. You can get lemonade at Starbucks. You can get lemonade at Jewel. You can get lemonade at all these different places. Once you sell them on the idea of lemonade, then you sell them on the specific lemonade. But my lemonade is fresh made right here at my lemonade stand. You saw me make this. This is the perfect lemonade. So you go from general to specific and make sure that you tackle both their desire and their need. Next is trust. Now, trust comes in, it's very, very important. Now, all these 5 are not in any specific order because based on your selling cycle, based on how you introduce yourself to your lead or your prospect, they may already trust you. They may already have a desire or a need. Okay, so you're going to go through all 5 of these. But trust is so important because I don't care how good the product is, how much I need the product, how much I want the product, how much I'm in a hurry to get the product. If I don't trust who's offering it to me, I'm going to be skeptical and I'm going to step away and go, I would rather buy it from anybody else. So how do I do that? How do I gain their trust? Well, first off, I'm going to put on that family tie. Okay. I'm going to dress up, look the part. I'm going to look appropriate. I'm going to look appropriate for the sales call that I'm making. Now, if I'm selling lemonade, or if I was selling lemonade, I'm not necessarily going to wear a suit and tie out on the street, but I'm going to look nice and neat and clean because I want people to trust that that lemonade is not only cold and delicious, but it's clean and it's refreshing and it's everything they want. That's what I mean about developing trust. Now, some of the other ways you develop trust is through testimonials. Ask people right away, if you like the lemonade, could you give me a testimonial? All right. When I had a little lemonade stand growing up, I made sure that they signed something and said, best lemonade in town, so that the next person came by, they'd go, wow, you actually had people write something about your lemonade. Sure, I'll have a glass. All right. So testimonials is a perfect way to do this. Quoting authority figures in your industry, connecting yourself with them, selling your same product. Don't twist their words, but connecting yourself with other trusted individuals is another great way to build trust with your product, yourself, your service, whatever you're offering. So it's very, very important to build trust. And I'll tell you what, number one thing is be sincere about it. Because this is all about trust. It's being honest and open and truthful. Do not turn it around. Don't twist the truth in order to trick people into trusting you. You don't want that. You want sincere truth in that trust. You want them from the bottom of your heart to say, I trust this guy. Trust, so very important. Next is the value. Your product. A lot of people will come and say, there's no value in this. I don't see this. Now, for me, with Mary Ellen dancing, she had already invested a whole bunch of money. All right, she bought dance lessons. So I knew that for her, she had already invested, so she needed to dance. This was the perfect connection for me. When I'm selling lemonade, the value is, of course, it's right there, because I'm going to approach the person and say, look, I know you're going to drink something today. If you drive past me this morning on the way to work, you're probably going to stop at Starbucks to get a big coffee. You may stop at Dunkin' Donuts. You may wait till you get to the office and drink something. So the value is there, because my lemonade is only a quarter, only 25 cents, and it's fresh made and it's refreshing. It's everything you need. So the value is there. So who's going to say no? And lastly is no hurry. In other words, you could do an entire pitch to somebody and say, I've got a great idea for you, a super idea that will really answer all your problems. It's something that you definitely want and something that you need. But they come back and they go, but I'm not in any hurry. I don't need it now. I can postpone it a year. I can postpone it 5 years. And as a trained sales professional, you are going to find that sometimes that happens. That's going to happen all the time. And those are the prospects that you're putting on the side and you're working on a regular basis, continuing to go after them, as long as you understand that it's a true time frame. But the sooner you can put an urgency in your message, a reason for them to buy right now, the easier it is for you to close the overall sale. Not saying everything has to be buy now. Some things are buy in a month, buy in a year, but give a realistic time frame so that they can make the decision, so that they don't just disappear. The worst thing that you want is to allow them to say, I'm in no hurry, as an excuse to walk away, because that allows all your competition to come in and take that customer. Now, again, for Mary Ellen, for me, I was saying, we already finished 1 hour of the dance. Okay, 1 hour is over. We only have 1 hour left. You came here to dance, so let's dance. For the lemonade stand, the hurry thing is this. If you miss it now, you're going to work. You're going to come back later. I'll be closed. The ice is melting. I'm running out of little packets of lemonade. If you don't buy lemonade now, you don't get lemonade. That's what I mean about urgency. Now, those are the 5 objections you've always got to be thinking about. The 5 objections I want you to think about and how you conquer those. And I want you to think about them generally and then specifically. So let's go through them one more time. The difference between desire and need. Think about this. What is it that the person really needs? What are some of their emotional needs that you can fill? Are they scared? Are they happy? Are they mad? Are they angry? What can you do? What is your product offering that fulfills that need? And how can you create it so that they desire it, they want it? Again, we'll go to the lemonade. Okay, they need something to drink. The more you talk about them, the thirstier they get. You can explain to them that every moment the moisture in your mouth is disappearing. You need something to drink. If you don't drink right now, you're going to wait until you get all the way to the office. By that time, you're completely parched. You need this. That's generally speaking, you need something to drink. Now, why do you need lemonade? Why do you need my lemonade? Because my lemonade is available right now. My lemonade is the perfect answer for what you need, because it's sour and it's sweet. It will parch that thirst of yours. It'll energize you. It gives you everything you need to start the day. Now we move to desire or want. Yeah, you don't just want a glass of water in the morning. Life offers you variety. You've rise to the occasion. You're not a caveman. You're not sipping water out of a stream. You desire something special. Once they agree to that, the general terms, you make it more specific. because my lemonade is limited and I'm only here on the corner, I'm not here every day. You deserve something special. You deserve that lemonade made specific for you. You don't have to do the work. You don't deserve to do the work. You don't need to do the work. In fact, you deserve that ice cold glass of lemonade handed to you. That's what you desire. We go into trust. And Mr. Johnson, I know you trust me. I used to go to school with your son, Billy. All right. Me and Billy, we were really close friends. So you can trust me. Look at my stand here. Don't you just trust every kid you run into? Isn't it almost an obligation as an adult to help every young entrepreneur with just 25 cents? And look, what I'm offering you is something that will make your day, quench your thirst. That's what you want, sir. Value. Like I said, 25 cents. You go anywhere else for anything else, you're going to spend 7, 10, 20, maybe 100 times more the amount of money than just 25 cents. That's the value. And then the hurry. And again, sir, I know you're on your way to work and I don't want to slow you down. So I'll tell you what, here's the glass. Pour the glass, hand it to him and say, there, it's already in your hand. Just reach in your pocket. It's 25 cents. And of course, tips are always gracefully accepted. By following those rules, by understanding these are the 5 objections and coming up with a way to pitch all 5 of those objections, you will get that girl's hand to dance. You will sell that last glass of lemonade. You will be able to pitch your product or service all the time. Now, what I've done for you, and like I do every week, is I give you a special form here. And this form this week, I want you to print out. And this form is pretty cool. This is your objections beater. And it talks about the 5 objections we talked about, generally and specifically speaking. So what you do is you brainstorm a little bit. Print out the sheet for every product or service that you're pitching and just brainstorm within these squares and say, generally speaking, why would somebody need this product or a product like this? Then go specific and say, why would they need my product? All right, so keep that in mind. Why would they need this specific generally, and why do they need my product specifically? Go through there and do the needs, the wants, build trust, give them a reason to make a decision now, and show them value. And this form will help you do that. So I know all of you out there are saying, wow, Marty, this sounds cool. Where do I get that form? The form is really easy. I want you to go to my site, which is masterhappiness.com, The Secret. And this will pop up. And down here, if you see right there, there's a little picture of a diamond under the TV set. The TV set represents what I'm doing here, the You're Selling Too Hard TV show on the Diamond Factor experience. That little diamond, no one knows what it is other than you. That little diamond, clicks on it, and you will download this form. Now, in the past couple of weeks, I've done some other forms, one on goal setting and one on finding your passion. Those are no longer up there. These forms only last 1 week, and then I take them down. If you're interested in some of the other forms, please just contact me. You can always contact me at masterhappiness.com, The Secret. Okay, but right now, go to that spot right away and go to that diamond, download this, and start working on solving your objections. Start overcoming those objections. Go general, go specific, find a need for your product, find a desire for your product, find a reason to do it right now, find real value in your product, and develop trust between you and your customer. You do all of that, and you will explode with excitement, and your sales will go through the roof. So remember, again, this is Marty Jalove every Monday morning on the Diamond Factor experience right here. Okay? If you are not having fun, you are selling too hard. No matter what you're doing, pitching a product, asking that young girl for a dance, or selling a glass of lemonade. If you're not having fun, you're selling too hard. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Haiti borders with the Dominican.
Her name is Serena Buffalino. They call her Mrs. B, and her class always begins with a pledge.
Something local, something global. Haiti.
They're words that carry weight here. Helping yourself means helping others, giving back, here and a world away in Haiti.
And nobody's helping them, except for people like us.
It was through her the class learned of Haiti, of the nearly 1 million orphans, many with no school, no support, no Mrs. B in their lives.
They could not wrap their head around that.
Mrs. B's students are among Toronto's most at risk. Their challenges vary from emotional and behavioral difficulties to learning disabilities. Their trauma so severe they can't function in a regular school setting, and we aren't allowed to show most of their classmates.
For most of the kids, most of society has turned them away. And in this classroom, they're accepted. They're accepted no matter what for who they are.
Take Yolanda. She came here last year so burdened and withdrawn, she would often fall silent, sometimes for days on end. It was, she says, Mrs. B's patience, her quiet encouragement, that saved her.
She actually saves people's lives from dangers.
And perhaps that's why these marginalized kids feel such a kinship with the orphans of Haiti, and why they were moved to act.
And so when Yolanda and Jackie and Patrick said, well, Miss B, we need to build them a school.
Build a school, no easy task. They started out raising money. They sold samosas, washed cars, screened movies, you name it. And in just a few months, this little class raised $20,000. So much, it's not just a one-room schoolhouse they can build, but a full 3-story school. And so Mrs. B set off on a journey she'd dreamed of, up into the dusty mountains above Port-au-Prince to a town called Canaan. It's home to thousands of earthquake refugees who live with no running water, no electricity, and no school, until now. The first step was a temporary school. It's up and running. 53 students already in uniform. The permanent school for 250 is growing from its foundations.
It makes me want to cry because she just makes me feel so awed, and I'm very proud of her.
All of this because of a handful of students back in Canada and Mrs. B, the teacher who believed in them.
These are for you.
At another fundraiser, a special tribute to the students, accepted by someone who, without Mrs. B, might not be here.
They believe in me and I believe in them, and together we not only change our lives, but we change the world around us.
For inspiring great things and seeing the potential in everyone, Serena Buffalino is this week's Everyday Hero.
This is the reason why I do what I do, is because of Yolanda and all the...
Good morning, everybody. This is, if you don't know already, it's the Diamond Factor Experience Show with Barbara Beckley and expert and guest. I always have to add that because I want to remind people, whatever you do in life, it takes a team. It takes other individuals with you. You're not on your own island. I'm already starting out the gate, giving you some wisdom and some tips here that it takes a team. And Mr. Marty, Mr. Happiness on Mondays, he always reminds us that, if you're not selling happy, I love what he says, and I'm probably messing it up right now, but you kind of get the brunt of it. If you're not selling happy, then you're not, you're really not going to be happy selling things. I mean, you're going to sound like that. And I'm not trying to do injustice to sales, car salesmen or women, because there's women and men salesmen, car salesmen, but I hate going to the dealership. I do. I'm just gonna be honest. This is it. I hate because they get you and they just be on and on and on and on. And all I want to sit there and say is, look, just let me look at the cars. Just let me look at the cars. Well, we can get this. What do you want? I was like, stop selling me like this. So just get to know me. Do you know my name? Do you know, stuff like that needs to come across. So I love how Marty brings every Monday how to really show us how to market, how to sell in a nice relationship get to knowing type of way. And that's what it's all about. Anytime, I know we're all, here we have businesses. And I mean, I have mine. You're going to meet some other wonderful Queen Diamonds that are about to come on and have their business. But, it's about the relationship. You got to build a relationship now, especially in these times. I'm always talking about at the end of my show, I'm always talking about the biggest thing that's going to help us right now is love. We need to heal this country. We need the love. There's a lot of things that have been happening, as we all know, and I don't have to get in a list of it. But as we know, there's been a lot of things happening. There's little victories here and there. There's little victories that's been happening here and there. But overall, we got to show the love. So if you have a product, if you have a service, whatever you're doing, you got to show that you care. You got to show that you care. If you don't show that you care, then I'm telling you, you're going to lose that sale. So, Marty, thank you for bringing that to us. And also, I just thought about, he was telling a story when he was younger and, talking to the young lady about dancing with him. Even back then when he was younger, he was still so nice. So, Marty, I got to give you kudos. You have stood up to you being nice and just so awesome to individuals. That's why I know that when you do sell to people and, and in the way that you do that, people just don't want to, people want to buy. You can sell an elephant probably, Marty, and people will buy an elephant. So that's good on that end. Now, we're going to move into our second half of the show, which I'm excited about because this is where you get to meet royalty. This is where you get to meet some wonderful ladies that was a part of the Level Up Summit last week. But see, I bring them on because I just don't want to be like, okay, you were part of the summit. What did you speak on? The regular routine. No, I bring them on because I want you to get to just remember, talk about relationship, right? Build a relationship. I want you to get to know these women, these wonderful, awesome queens. And then you can understand where they came from, what they do, how they impact the world, and then move from there. And then guess what? I'm going to ask you, maybe this is a selling tip. I'm going to ask you to reach out to them once you get to know them today, right? Because that's how you get to know them better, and you might become a potential client. You never know, or build a business relationship. So never underestimate when you meet people on this show. I want you to really reach out to them. Now, I always start with the quote or give you a quote so you can have something to think about during the day, during the week until we meet again on Wednesday. So my quote today is, because I was thinking about, since it's Monday, and I know everybody's probably talking about, well, I didn't get a chance to get to my to-do list, my action plan list last week. And you know how you go, you be like, oh no, I had all this stuff on my list and I didn't get none of it done. Okay, take all that out. Moving forward, moving onward, as I say. So this is the quote: a little progress each day adds up to big results. So every little progress you're doing, maybe you have to tweak, maybe you have to switch it out a little bit, whatever you have to do. But every little progress adds up to your result. Don't get all bogged down in what you didn't get done last week, because guess what? That is self-management's time that you're spending on thinking about what happened last Friday. And guess what? This Friday's gone. It's gone. So you got to move forward. So with that, remember, every step you take today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and beyond is adding up to your results, it's adding up to your goals, adding up to your dreams. So with that, we want to bring on these queens, and I have to do them justice. So we're going to start with a little video, and then we're going to see these wonderful ladies. Here we go. Yes, yes.
Hi, good morning, Barbara. How y'all doing?
Oh my God, look at this. There's a party going on. That's what I'm loving.
We're leveling up our party spirit for the week.
Time to level up, guys. It's time to level up.
Oh, we already start with the level up. I'm loving it. I'm loving it on a Monday.
Oh God, Monday is the best day. Monday.
Yeah. I'm just, I was looking forward to this. I was like, see, this is nice when I can look forward to, meeting ladies and interviewing on a Monday. It's like, yes, I'm up, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to party and everything.
Yes.
So yeah, before we even start into, getting to know you a little bit more, I just want you right now just to introduce yourself, your name, just your name right now, where you're from, and we're gonna get to more details on who you are. So let's start with Miss Doctor down there with the red hair.
Yeah, red is fun this year. And look, me and you look good minds thinking like. So my name is Coach Nikki Zeigler. I am an author. Well, she said the name, so maybe be quiet. I'm Coach Nikki Zeigler. Maybe obedient.
And where are you calling from, Miss Queen?
I'm actually in Montgomery, Alabama. I live in Wetumpka, but I'm here at my office in Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
I'm a girl.
Okay.
Hey,
that's
and I'm Sarah Graham, and I'm in Mobile, Alabama, right down the road from Nikki.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you're close. Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so just going back to that Queen, the other Queen, please introduce yourself and where you're from again.
You talking about me or Cher?
Cher.
Oh, hi, I'm Cher Graham, and I'm from Mobile, Alabama.
All right.
Okay. So, I heard a ding.
It's not my ding.
I'm hearing a little feedback, so sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
So, yes. So is it Sherm?
It's Cher, like Sherry. You can call me Sherry or Cher.
Oh, Cher?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cher. Okay. I just want to make sure I say it right before we get into our conversation.
You
can
call me anything you want to
one of my
call,
shows.
I answered everything.
Okay, well, you know what, ladies? I just want to say, first of all, before we even start, thank you for being on the Diamond Factor Experience show with myself. And it's always a pleasure to bring in the impactors in the world, because I feel like this is one of my missions, is to people to know, to help, especially women, to get on a platform and to really, really, really get to know them, so you know who's out there who's really just rocking it. So you two are truly, truly rocking it. So I want to start with Ms. Graham here. I just was have to do my little background. This lady, okay, you are a coach, you are a speaker, behavioral scientist. Really? Oh my God. Really? I mean, I was just like, okay, I have the celebrities on today. I need to get it together. I need to talk a little bit better because I got the celebrities on.
You never know, Barbara, where I might be watching you.
Uh-oh.
Being a scientist, it's just I have always studied people and how they behave by nonverbal behavior and their language. Does it match what they say and do? Are they the same? So you learn a lot about how people behave, and that's been the focus of my business for over 5 decades, and helping people understand how to communicate. And you were talking about relationships. That was the core of my level up talk.
Oh, okay, we got right into that.
Yeah, talked about the the PR cubed formula for success, and it was based on relations: personal, professional, and public. Got to know yourself first, then you know your community and the people around you, work-wise, whatever that work is, even being a mom or at home, and then the public. So you were very right. You were spot on when you talked about relationships, because it's so true.
Yeah, because now that I know that you're watching me, I have to be really careful. I'm saying. I don't want to cause any problems. So I was like, okay, I'm learning from the scientists right now. This is the expert.
I'm single. I used to tell people I was probably the worst person to date.
But you know what? On the other hand, though, it's kind of good that you do that, because then you know the people that you should be around that you're already saying, okay, this is not going to work.
Even scientists are human, and we make poor choices sometimes in how we build our tribe and who's in our tribe. But you're right. You sometimes miss the behaviorisms of someone.
Yeah. It's really important. Now, Queen, how did you? Because one thing I like to ask too is like, how did you get, from like this magnificent impactor, this scientist to, what made you just decide to say, I want to do this? Because I know there's always a story behind it. So what's your story?
To do what?
Just what you're doing now, to be this, brilliant behavioral scientist. Because you just didn't just was born and say, oh, I want to be this. So I know there was something that turned you to that.
I think being who I was, and I say that because for a while I lost my authenticity, but I've always been an individual that when someone needed something, it was call Sherry, ask her, she'll find it, she knows what to do. But you also learn over the years, because I started in selling, and I really liked Mr. Happiness. He was really cool today. But when I was 17, so being young as a person coming up in high school, I got involved in social issues. I worked with kids that had disabilities and focused on lobbying for them to make their life better. So I think it's just a matter of helping. And if someone said, can I do something? I would volunteer. Now that could get you in trouble too, but I think just knowing, there are three things I've learned. Number one, you have to learn more. You have to know more than the people that you serve. You got to know your resources. So if you want to help, learn all you can about whatever it is you're learning about, because then it helps you then to listen to your customer, whoever that customer is, whether you're serving in a nonprofit or you're serving in a for-profit in your business. But then you are able to go through the garbage of what they're saying, and figure out what they really do need. What are they really telling you? Whether it's your friend or whether it's a client that you're trying to close a deal with. And I think second of all, when you listen and you observe, but listening is key. We got to use our ears instead of our mouth. We got to use our ears a lot more in building that relationship, building that trust. So when you listen, you kind of know, the more you know, they say the more you know, the better you are. Well, I think that's true, because I learned that I was an empath early on. And so for me, some of it was just, I know. You just know what your client needs, but you don't want to tell them. It's kind of hard to say, oh, I'm an empath and I already know what you need. But some of it is just by experience and knowledge. And when you put your knowledge into action, the third is you're able to serve. Yes. So I just, being there for people, I'm a good resource person. If I don't know someone, if I don't know where to go, then I'm going to take the time to figure it out.
I'm loving it. I'm loving, first of all, that you started at an early age to serve others. And that's what the key is. You were just like a magnet to helping people. I could tell. It's like you said, you was like saying, yes, I'll help, I'll do this. And I know the feeling, because I was the same way. And I was like, oh boy, did I get myself in trouble? I'm taking on so much. But it was just, that's your nature. That's just how we are, that's how what we do. All the three of us, that we just really want to help and be there for others. So I love how you took that at an early age. And then the listening. I've been telling people for the longest. That's why, old saying, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You need to listen to people. And I'm just not saying just to hear a sound, but to listen to what they're saying. Because out of what they're saying, you can understand what their needs are. You can understand where maybe their hurt is. You can understand where they're happy at. It's all different things. But if you don't listen, you're going to miss. You're going to miss the boat. So I'm loving that. I'm loving that, Queen, how you are serving in such an impactor, and really helping people on a personal level, and our behaviors on that. So now I feel now, you're teaching me now just this little bit. I'm starting to watch people now. I know what to do. I'm to know what to do when I start meeting people. Be like, aha. And they cut me right in when I was talking. Really? I love my sponsors, but they need to wait.
Hold up. Wait a minute now.
I said, hold up. Wait a minute. So as I was saying, thank you, Queen, Ms. Graham, telling us about, really understanding people's behavior. Now, what I want to get to is Mr. Dr. Nikki. OMG. Okay. This lady, usually I got my little cheat. I'm gonna be honest, I got my cheat sheet sometimes just to make sure I remember certain things. I'm just gonna be honest. I got my cheat sheet just to remember. But she has so much. I was like, okay, I gotta pull out the things. I was like, this lady, she's a branding coach, she's a life coach, over 15 years of expertise. Come on. She can teach me what I'm doing. This is what she does. I'm telling you, she's my mentor right now. I mean, you've been in Hope Today magazine. You did with Bishop, and my favorite Bishop, T.D. Jakes.
Amazing.
Amazing. And Stella Awards. I told you I have two celebrities here. Two celebrities.
Oh God,
Nikki.
We're just servants, girl. We just servants. That's all. I promise you. I first of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of the show. I'm excited. I definitely want to thank Cher. Good seeing you again, Cher. I loved our interview we did a couple of weeks ago. And I'm just happy to be a part of what Barbara has going on. Barbara don't understand. I'm a fan of hers as well. People like us, our job is to fix crowns. Our job is to make sure we are being an impact in the community and not wasting folks' time. We can't waste people's time. Time is all we have. And once we lose time, we can't get it back. I've never seen, today is April the 26th, 2021. I've never seen this day before. So every day we have to cherish what God has given us and be a positive impact for our communities, for people like you and I. We have to make a difference. We can't waste time. And I'm in a season in my life, I think I've made probably every mistake you can make. And on the marketing, being a business owner since the age of 17, I think I've made every mistake that you can make. And I know people say all the time, and I'm going to say this with Steve Harvey. Well, how can he tell me how to be a good husband? Maybe because he failed being a husband a lot of times. I'd rather get it from experience than get it from reading a book. That's just the way I think. Experience teaches you a lot. I wish I had a mentor when I made those mistakes. I really, Barbara, but I think me and my trials and errors has taught me to live life to the fullness with no regrets. And so I thank God for my past, and I also thank God for the present and the future, because God is not finished with me yet. I'm just a work in progress.
Amen.
Yes, Doctor. Yeah, I love how you brought the fact that, through our experience, that's how we learn and grow, and don't take, because a lot of people, I always tell people you can go left or right in what happens, the trauma that happens in your life, or, good and bad and ugly. You could say left and say, you know what, I'm going to be a victim. I'm going to be claiming a victim, and I was going to be feeling sorry for myself, and woe was me. Or you could say, you know what, I'm going to take this, and I say stepping stones of strength, because it moves you to the next level in your life, and it gives you, first of all, it gives hope for others when they see that you move forward. Second, you're learning from it. Another lesson to be that you're stronger than what you even thought. I mean, there's a lot of things I even think in my life. I'm like, how did I get I got through that? That was me.
I almost lost my mind. Even with me, I'm newly married. I've only been married for about 2 years. But the prior marriage before that, I was like, I almost lost my mind. That's why you cannot, I do a prayer every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. My husband and I, he's a pastor. Of course, I'm a first lady here in Alabama. And I was just talking this morning to my women's group. And I was just like, and I'm not trying to take you to church, Barbara, but I got to put Jesus in this interview. I got to claim him. But I'll say this right here. Number one, we have to learn how to cast our cares on God. God got me talking because we hold too many problems. We take too many baggages with us. I was telling my ladies this morning on the phone, how we was praying. I think all of us are mothers. I don't know if you're a mother, or Cher, are you a mother, or Becky, or Barbara, are you a mother? But when we carried these baby for 9 months, by the 9th month, it was like, okay, get this thing up out of me. I mean, seriously, because we were just tired of carrying this baby. That's how God wants us to be with what we got going on, even in business. Your business or whatever you're supposed to be doing in life, You cannot do it on your own. You got to have God and you got to have a team. There's no I in team. And I say that all the time because a lot of us that had businesses, Barbara, we always, did it on our own. It's like, okay, first of all, ask God what he wants us to do. Secondly, build your team that's going to support you and do what you're trying to do. We cannot do it by ourselves.
No, we can't. And that's what I said at the beginning. I said we have to be a team. We have to work together. Yeah. Especially, like I said, my mission is really with, I love the men. I really do. But my calling, like you said, is really helping women to move to the next level and to lift them up. This is one of the reasons why I even started this show, is to make sure that if I can get more people to watch, that's more people I can bring on so they can see who you are and see, how much of an impact you are. Because that's what it's all about. And that's what it's all about, helping each other.
I am so proud of you for even allowing this platform to be, because we need people like you to let people know who's out there that can help you. I mean, Barbara, you're a life coach already. I mean, you're already coaching people and do business. I know who you are, but it's good that you even shared your platform, because some people could be like, you know what? I just want y'all to listen to me the whole time. And sometimes our voice become common to people. So you want to bring in other people who know what they're doing and who have made the mistakes and who have perfected what they do. People like Cher, who is an expert in her own rights, who knows how to help us to pursue our dreams, So I'm a part of the team. There's no I in team. I'm here to level up. I'm here to encourage. The best is yet to come. You got to step out and be around people who are either doing what you're trying to do or who have exceeded what you're trying to become. That pride has to go, or you will not live.
Absolutely. I think both of you are right. I mean, I started when I was 17, and I am 69 today. And I'm 69. Not today's my birthday, but I'll be 70 this year.
Oh my goodness!
I remember when, God is my CEO. I am no longer. My title is EVP, because God is my CEO. And you guys are right. For me, God's always been in my life, and even in the days when I did do it on my own. Because at some point we were what we called an AIO, all in one.
Right.
When I started my company, I did it all. And you know what? That still hasn't changed today, because there's so many men and women who are doing it all. They're starting their own company. They're starting a home-based business or getting an office, or whether it's a part-time hobby, and they want to be able to do it all. Don't understand that you got to build your team even before you're in that learning stage of the business. And so both of you are right. It hasn't changed, but we've got to look at God. I stopped setting goals years ago. I don't even teach business planning now. I teach business flow. You got to create a model that works for each of us. What works for me, and I'll tell you what, you're right, Nikki. I learn more from my failures. I may watch people and observe human nature and human systems, humans and systems, but it's all about experience. What have you learned? And I can tell you, there were times I didn't learn. It took me a whole lot of time to do the same thing over and over again, got same results, didn't like it. And it took me decades before I woke up one day and went, what am I doing?
Right.
What am I doing? So
yes,
you're
definitely.
Right. And so there's stuff I have to let go. I set an intention every day. I give that to God. I am making sure that my inner being is calm, and I'm at peace with whatever comes on my plate. I might put 2 items on my quote daily list, and those 2 might get to the bottom because the phone will ring or somebody will want something, and that opportunity, is what God said do today.
Yeah, and you gotta push. You have to press your way, guys. I mean, you really have to press your way, especially as business owners. I don't clock in every day to no one. I clock in to God. I'm honest when I say that. But we have to be mindful. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say, Sharon, now I do set goals. I have to, because I will be everywhere with all the things that I have going on. If I don't set goals, I will lose my mind. I tell the Herpreneur Network, and the people who I mentor and coach, I have to have a list, because I'm a visual person. I have to see what I'm doing. And as I do it, I literally have to, scratch it off, because, when you are a jack of all trades, and I'm honest when I say that, you have to balance things out. just because God give you something, that don't make you have to do it today. God can give you a dream, and it could be something that happened 10 years. The herpreneur he gave me 10 years ago, and I'm just now manifesting. He's a manifesting that now. So make sure you hear from him. Like you said, we got 2 ears for a reason. We gotta hear from him. And like I said, I don't want to, disrespect Miss Barbara. I don't know, if this is a faith-based show or not, but I believe in. I tell people all the time, if you want to bring me on, I'm gonna tell you what I know, because I know what works for me, and I see the results and what I get back. But if you don't plan out your week, you can forget it. I plan my Monday on a Sunday for the whole week. On Sundays is my quiet time where I'm laying things out so I can make sure I'm successful and I'm productive in what he has told me to do. Because people are watching us. Like you said, you watch us, which I was like, okay, she's watching.
I plan. All right, I'm going to put my glasses on so I can't see either of you now. So okay.
Well, wait. Well, let me because of time, because I want to make sure, because Nikki, Dr. Nikki, I didn't get a chance to ask you like where you start, just like I asked Queen Miss Graham. How did you start? Like, I know you're just like this phenomenal woman, but it started somewhere. So tell us where that started.
It did start somewhere. I went to Miles College, HBCU, represent HBCU. I went to Miles College, and I think Bishop William Murphy, he was at the school, and he had this magazine. He went to Miles as well, William Murphy. And he had this magazine called Gospel Today magazine. And I was like, I'm gonna have my own magazine one day. I want to be in a magazine. So I went to school for like mass communication at Miles College. And that's why I was in the bed at Miles. And so I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter. She's 21 now. Her name is Chelsea. I ended up getting pregnant with her, and I ended up moving back to Alabama. Then I ended up moving to Atlanta. And me and my ex-husband, we moved to Atlanta with $190-some to our name. And, just so happened, Atlanta have a special where you can get 3 months rent for free. And so what we did, we used that as a component to get us what we need to be at. 3 months to get us on our feet. Well, lo and behold, I ended up going into New Birth, which is Bishop Long's church. And I went there, and we was late. And this church is really big. New Birth is really big. And so when I went there, we was late, and I'm like, oh God, we're gonna have to sit at the front. I mean, at the top of the because it's real high. It's over 22,000 people go there. And so as I was walking in, I saw Bishop Long walking, and he was just like, how you guys doing? He said, y'all mighty late, because he's real sarcastic. And I started laughing. I was like, yes, we late. And I was like, I want to see the pastor. And so, and come to find out he was the bishop. And so I was up at the top. And so he called my name, and he was just like, I saw a young lady and her husband or her kids. I want her to come down. And so I came down, and he was like, I don't know who you are. He was like, but I want to sow into you. So he gave me like $500. And so when he gave me $500, he told everybody in the sanctuary, he's like, if you believe in the power of prayer, he said, you believe in me. He said, I want you to sow into this lady. Well, they started walking up, just throwing me money on me. And I ended up getting like over $17,000. Yeah. And I took that money, and I started an agency with that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took that and started agency. I ended up working for, of course, Gospel Today, Dr. Harrison. I didn't work for her long, but I was her marketing person. And I ended up getting in contact with Bishop TDJ, Bishop Fred Price. I was there when he became an apostle. We got Wendy Houston to come. I've actually been around for a long time, but, it ain't always been good times. At one point in time, I was making $30,000 a month. And I lost it all because I was wearing red bottoms back in 2005. I mean, I wasted a lot of money on purses and shoes. And so with that being said, me losing because I had a spirit of pride, God didn't honor that. When you have a spirit of pride, you wasteful with your money, God decided he wanted to take all that from me. He took everything from me. I lost my house. I lost everything. And so 3 years ago, I was homeless again. So this is the second time. You keep failing and failing and failing. You're like, okay, God, okay, I'm tired. I surrender everything to you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? And I literally had to surrender everything to him. And when I began to surrender to him, Barbara, that's when things started to shift my life. I ended up moving back to Montgomery, which I didn't want to come to. Didn't want to come home. I'm coming home, meeting my husband, got married. And things just been manifesting for me, all because I've learned how to close my mouth and really hear and listen to God. be a help to other people, give my knowledge and information to people to help them grow, because it's not about me. My life is not my own. I'm dead to myself because my life belongs to God. And that's just what I believe, Barbara. You know, the best is yet to come. I believe in that. I believe in sowing into good people. I'm just at a point in my life, if I can't bless you, then I don't want to be around you. If I can't help you, I don't want to waste your time. You know, I just want to be able to serve people and help women in business, not to make the same mistakes I made by wasting a lot of money. And that's how I got to where I am today, just, you know, struggling. The struggle has been real, but it has been good because I've learned how to look at myself in the mirror every day. And now I see myself and I can smile at me now because I know that I'm living the life that God has for me. Is it easy? No, it's not. But if you're striving every day to be greater and to be better than who you was yesterday, that's a blessing alone.
See, I you know, just listening to you two, it comes in my mind that you two are like a lighthouse. It's like people that might be, you know, like dealing. I'm sorry, I feel like echoes, but hopefully you can hear me. That are dealing with and struggling and just not having hope, and they see both of you in this lighthouse. I always just, you know, it's like, you know, that end of the tunnel. They say, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, you two are that light, you know, and you're using. And I know this is, you know, a lot of people have their own faith. I mean, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus too. But I know you two are faith ladies, and the light is coming from God, and He's using us as vessels. And I always tell people that I say He's using us as a vessel, and we have to be to help others. To help others.
Yes, that's why we're here. Our mistake was not for us; it was for other people. Not to go, you know, and I believe that. You know, hey, I've cried many a night, like, Lord, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at Him. I'm honest, mad at Him. But then now I see why He was doing what He was doing. He knows the plan for our life. We don't have our own life. It's His life. And when we learn how to lean on Him for everything, that's when He will show up and show out. But I'm just an encourager. I want to encourage those who are watching us. You got this. You can do this. If you want to be a speaker, be the best speaker. If you want to be a motivator, if you want to be a life coach, whatever your heart's desire, be that and be the best of it. Don't give up on what God has told you to do. He's not finished. As long as you're still breathing, He still have work for you to do.
Yeah. Well, I got to get to our sponsor, and we'll come right back to wrap it up. We'll be right back. Don't leave, anybody. This is good. Okay, we are back. If you missed this, then you need to look at the replay. And I'm talking about, you know how to say the remix? You need to look at the replay of this show with these two wonderful queens. Now, before we wrap up, I want to ask both of you first, for like maybe a minute, give the listeners something that you want to leave them with. Because I always like to, that's what I do on the show too, is I try to give something to encourage, or, you know, just anything to pull them through the next day. Because as we all know, we're dealing with things in life. So if you can give 1 minute of that, and then please make sure to give them your contact and how they can reach you. Okay. So I'm going to start with Miss Graham, Queen Graham. I'll start with you first.
I'm Queen Cher. Miss Graham was my great aunt who is no longer living, and she was single all her life, and so I'm just Cher.
Queen.
Gosh, you know, Queen Cher. Thank you. Yes, I'll figure out where I forgot my crown today. You know, it's hard when I've done so much, but here's what I want to leave with people. It's something I learned in the last 5 years. Find out who you are. Know yourself. When you know yourself, you'll realize that spirit, whatever you call the energy around you, because our world is made up of lots of energy around us. When that is in balance with your heart and your inner self, and you're happy, when you are happy and you wake up every morning, you don't say, I'm going to be happy. You are happy, because happiness is in our DNA, and you choose to be happy, you become healthier. And man, it makes a difference. And then God is there. You let go of things. You don't hold on. You persevere. And that's a key word that I know everyone has, when they introduce me at times, that was always a word. Sherry perseveres. And I think each of us do. He's a perseverer. Barbara, you are too. We all move ahead and move forward because we know that whatever we can't handle, God's got it. He's got it. And we just have to move forward and not dwell on what has happened in the past. I always go to Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, but I also look at my heritage and understanding that the universe is here for us. God wants, we got abundance. We get it when God gives it to us, when he knows that we can do good best with it. And so I just think, keep persevering, but plan what you want to do for life. You can do anything you want to do, but how you do it is really up to each person.
And how can they reach you?
To reach me, you can email me at synergy2soar, SYNERGYTOSOAR @gmail.com. You can Google me, Cher, SHER, Graham. Yes, I sing, but I don't spell my name like Cher the singer. We're both tall, but she's certainly more successful in the singing arena. And Google me. I'm on Facebook, and I'm all around the internet.
Awesome. Yeah, I was just, the song was popping in my head about Cher. What is it? Do you believe something or something? She used to sing the song "Believe" or something like that. And I was thinking about that as soon as you mentioned Cher the singer. Something like that.
Yeah, I know.
It just popped in my head when you said that. Thank you for gracing this stage today. And now let's go to Miss Born to Lead, as I call. Give us a 1-minute inspiration. I know you've been giving us a lot of it, but for one more minute, just give us a little bit more.
No, I love speaking. I would say dream. Don't forget to dream again. Don't forget to dream again. I did talk about that at the Level Up Summit. Thank you for shout out to the my coach, Coach Kern. I'm a part of her tribe. Don't forget to dream again. I remember growing up as a little girl, we will think about what I'm gonna be when I grow up. I'm gonna be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever you want to be in life. You thought about that when you was little, but life came. It threw you some lemons. You made lemonade out of it. It threw us some bricks. It threw us some wood. It threw all kinds of things our way. It almost took us down, and we lost our way somewhere. We wanted to dream. We wanted to be this big, huge success person. And I'm telling you today, go back to that person. I remember when I was growing up, me and my cousins would be on the front porch. I'm gonna get that car. I'm gonna get that car. I'm gonna get that car. I like that car. I like that car. We always played the car game on the street, just because we wanted to have a nice car. You can have everything that you desire if you put God first. If you begin to dream again, it reminds me of the story of Joseph, how he made sure he did exactly what God told him to do about dreaming. God revealed dreams to him at a young age, and he told his brothers, of course, and they got jealous of him. But it didn't stop him from doing and being who God has called him to be. Every opportunity he had to try to defeat the devil, he did it, and he ended up conquering, and ended up pulling his family back together. It's time to dream again. Stop self-sabotaging your dreams. Stop being fearful. Stop being depressed. Spirit of anxiety, I denounce that. I denounce the spirit of just not good enough. You can do anything you want to do if you strive and put God first. And so that's my message to you. It's time to dream again. It's time to believe in yourself. You can't teach somebody else something if you don't even believe yourself. That's like the blind leading the blind. So you have to make sure whatever you're supposed to be doing, you believe in yourself and you love yourself. And I honestly believe that self-love covers a lot of things. You have to love yourself. In order to love your children, you got to love yourself. And your husband, you have to love yourself. So don't forget to dream again, believe in yourself, and love in yourself. If she don't mind, I'm having a boot camp coming up soon. I'm looking for speakers to speak on the platform for the Herpreneur Network and the Herpreneur Boot Camp. We have another summit coming up next year in June where we're going overseas. our job is to help Christian women in business. That's my assignment, and I'm very confident in who I am because I went through so much. You can find me on my website, CoachNikkiZeigler.com. As of this Saturday, I'll be getting my PhD. I'm excited about this journey.
Yay!
Congratulations!
I'm so excited. And this week I'm launching an anthology on my birthday. My birthday's Wednesday. Happy birthday to me. I'll be 40.
Happy birthday! Oh, dang!
And
I
so
should have asked for you.
we're doing an anthology party this Wednesday coming up at 7:00. The name of the book is I Am an Overcomer Woman, where we have 14 ladies to speak about the things that they overcame. And we did that anthology, Barbara, because it taught women to speak their truth and to be delivered from things that have held them back for years and years and years. And so many people were set free off this book because you're able to speak in your truth. So I am doing another anthology this summer. So if you're interested in being a part of our team with the anthology, I Am an Overcomer Woman, inbox me directly. I'm here to serve, and I'm done speaking for now.
All right. Well, I get 30 seconds because she's got a book launch on Wednesday, and Nikki's also a part of what we're doing. I have a book launching on Thursday and Friday. Thanks to Dr. Yolanda Jerry and of course my mentor and my coach, Kern Cherry, who is more of my give me a kick in the pants to move me ahead with what I'm doing now. But we've got a book anthology, 30 women who share their stories of my walk past hell.
Wow.
And you mentioned something, Barbara, about my calling. The title of my book chapter is The Life Path Chosen for Me. So God knew what he had in mind all this time. I'm just a late bloomer, and I'm finally learning. So
oh my God, all that confirmation.
Every woman every man, every human being that has a story to tell. I'm also a writer and a speaker, and I tell other stories, but now it's my turn. So Nikki, congratulations. We've all got book launches across our tribe here in the Southeast, and we are all excited because we all support each other. So Barbara, thank you.
Oh my God. This is just awesome.
You made my morning, and it's been great too.
This oh, I told you to party, yes.
We're ready to party, aren't we, Nikki?
Yes. See, I tell just hearing just puts a smile in my heart of the things that you're doing. I told you listeners at the beginning that these women are total impactors in life. So what do I ask now? Now that you heard their stories, you heard what they're about, you know their expertise. As some people say, what's their credibility? Well, you got the credibility. I don't want to hear. There's nothing like that. And if you don't want to hear nothing else, God is credibility towards them. So that's it. You can't ask. There's no more questions to ask on that. So once you got all that, now I want you to do, I'll be nice, is to reach out to these ladies. They have books coming out. They have collaboration books coming out. They have, speaking engagements that you can speak on their platforms. These are authors, and come on now. Don't get me started. they got me started. So this is what it's all about, ladies, queens, and that's why I call you royalty. That's why I call all women royalty, because you are, and I want you to keep that crown on. We talk about that imaginary crown, but no, it's a real crown. You ladies have a real crown on you because every day you're doing something to move and repel other people in their life. That is royalty of its own, and that's what we're talking about. Servant leaders. You two are servant leaders, so remember that. I just want you two to kind of just get that in your system, okay? And know who you are, as you said. Know who you are.
You know what, Barbara? You gave me an idea for my show. I'm gonna put my crown on my head every time I do my show and fix my crown. Cause that's royalty.
I gotta find one.
Yeah, little tiara. Yeah. You gotta remind people who you are.
That's right.
You gotta remind people who you are. So with that, ladies, I need to bring you back on again. We're gonna have to talk because I just don't want this just to be it. I'm not gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna say see you later.
You're gonna see me very soon. We're gonna be hooked up. I love Miss Barbara. I love her. Yes.
Well,
I love you ladies so much.
I'm just getting new. I'm just now being introduced to all of you, and you made my day. You made my comeback because I'm now a comeback champion.
Oh, okay. Me too. We're all together here.
Yeah. So
come back.
It's a new I used to speak and write in 30 years ago, and now I'm coming back. And as I said, I'm a late bloomer because God,
That's
I needed
okay.
to figure
Never
out
too
who I
late.
was, and now I'm coming back. But thank you guys because you're the light of my life, and I love it. You make my day joyful. Yay!
Well,
Absolutely.
ladies, you have a wonderful rest of your week. Like I said, we're going to talk because we got to get you back and we got to get you, people have to know more and more about you. So just keep rocking it. And I wish all blessings upon you, your family, your business, personal life, etc., because you are royalty. Love you, ladies.
Bye. Bye.
I'm hanging on your every word. The love inside, I feel it burn. I've never felt this way before. I've had a taste, now I want more. So here we are, just you and me. I'm overwhelmed when you touch me. You talk so sweet, I hear the sound. 'Cause when you do, my feet won't touch the ground.
Woo, boy. What a show. What a show. Oh my God. This was like, on a Monday too. Oh, I don't know what's in store for Wednesday. What's in store for Wednesday? Uh, it's just so nice. It's a breath of fresh air when you just see so many other people out there just really helping others. Like they said, there's no I in team. And literally, I always tell people, there is no I in team. Do you see the letter I in the team? Do you see? That was my joke for the day. I know it went flat. Whatever. So I want to thank all of my two special guests today. I want to thank the expert that came on, Mr. Marty Jalove. I love him dearly. That's why love is in his last name. I want to thank the Queen Sherry and Queen Nick and Dr. Nikki for coming on. You will see more of them. We are going to talk. This is what it's all about. This is what this show is all about. I like to bring, like I said, I want to bring education. I want to bring relationship building. You get to know individuals that are, like I said, moving the needle in life. You get to have an awareness of things that are going on. So that's a lot of things what the show is about. Because some people ask me, well, Barbara, what is your show all about? I know it's a Diamond Factor experience with Barbara Beckley, but what is it really about? And those are the three things: awareness, educating you, and just motivating you. Just motivating you. I think we need more of that in life. Can I get a amen? And we're just for a minute. We do need to have that. With all the trying times that are going on, and like I keep saying, and I'm going to keep saying this, that we need to have that love. We need to have the love for each other. We really do, to build us back. And the quote that I had earlier, remember, a little progress that we're making each day adds up to a big result. And I'm going to add to that, instead of saying each day, each minute of the day, you're doing a little progress. Just, maybe listening to some motivating tapes or some music just to soothe you. That's self-care right there. See, everything that you do, that you're doing is helping you progress you to the next level, to your results in life, to your goals, to your dreams. So don't ever think that it's a waste of time when you have to sit back and say, you know what, I think I need to take a nap. You needed that nap, okay? Believe me, I'm a witness. I had one last night. I was supposed to do some things last night and didn't get it done because I felt tired. My body was talking to me saying, Barbara, you need to step back, take a nap. And that nap turned into 3:00 in the morning nap. So I was like, okay, well, that was needed. That was needed. Before, a long time, I used to fight it and say, well, no, I got to stay up. I got to get this done. But if your body's telling you, if your body's telling you that you have to relax, then you have to relax. Okay, so do that self-care. So we will be back on Wednesday with Mr. Barry Mixon. He's going to come on and talk about more about, the relationship with the gems compared to individuals, especially women, getting us all into that. And then we're going to hear from Laura Armstrong, and she's going to be talking about personality and understanding people's personality just a little bit. I was just thinking about what Cheryl, she was talking about how she's watching. Well, it's good to be, be observant. So let's just put it like that, to be observant. So again, see you. I know we went a little bit over today, but I'm just so glad that I had this wonderful show to start the week. And we will see. Please tune in to Wednesday. We love your support. I appreciate your support. And I will see you then. And have a nice Monday. Remember, happiness is the key. Keep that smile going.